And a wee treat for you. We are live from the Weta Workshops with Sir Richard Taylor. And, well, the day's quite beautiful here in Wellington. The star of the show is going to be the wind. And these guys, batten down the hatches and welcome to breakfast, because right now it's 6 o'clock.
One man who should listen very carefully to that interview. Hello, Sam. How are you, mate?
Oh, uncalled for.
I know.
Uncalled for, but anyway.
So instead, Sam, what I'm going to do is just say big pat on the back to Tommy Latham. Rod Latham's high score.
Oh, I know.
Now ellipsed. Isn't that amazing?
What's he on? I actually missed it in sports.
He's still
an
there.
Elaborate intro.
137 not out.
137. That's outstanding, because I think his dad's high score is 117. So that's fantastic. Anyway, Miramar is where we are this morning. Outside what is a fairly innocuous building. It's quite plain and looks like an old schoolhouse. The treasures inside are quite remarkable. We're, of course, at Weta Workshops today, and there's a few wonderful trolls to kind of set the scene for us this morning. We're going to get inside and have a look at some of those treasures and, of course, meet Sir Richard Taylor a little bit later. But first, what's happening on the weather front? We're going to start with the radar, and it's quite... There's a snarly, angry face to stare at early in the morning. There are some wonderful things here at Weta Workshop. Of course, they're making Thunderbird, all new series. And yesterday we were wrecking for today's shoot, and there's just parts of the set sitting around you can just walk in and have a look at. It's staggering. You guys are speaking to Sir Richard Taylor as well, and it was really neat to be here yesterday, him just trudging through the building, earpiece in, and he's just across absolutely everything. In his hands, he's working on a project, and he has 5 or 6 of these beautiful 3D printed figurines. And I asked him, Sir Richard, are you actually across everything in this building? And he just looked at me and said, even the toilet paper, and just carried on his merry way. So much to show you this morning. Particularly excited to have access inside, and yeah, we'll get into it at 6:30, so we'll see you soon.
Good on you, Sam. Absolute privilege, isn't it, to hang out with someone like Sir Richard Taylor, because not only is he as passionate as anybody could be about what he does, he's so humble. He's still maintained his humility. He probably doesn't even know where his Oscar awards are. I mean, he's got so many of them, I guess, his Academy Awards. So, you know, he's just the loveliest guy. Yeah. So good on you, Sam. I can't wait to have a chat with him later.
Yeah, I'm excited to look around the Weta Workshop too. I've never seen him there.
Fascinating place.
Stay with us. Track down Sam, who is actually not talking about cricket today, although you are usually. But today it's all about Weta Workshop.
Absolutely, Ellie. I was quite keen to chime in on that. But yes, Weta Workshop is where we are this morning. This is the weapons wall from Lord of the Rings. And listen to this. Over the 7 years they were filming Lord of the Rings, 48,000 weapons were made. A staggering statistic. While we're talking about statistics. Anyhow, I've got a guest standing and waiting by, so we'll get into the weather, starting with the rain radar. Mr. Rob Gillies.
Hi, how you doing?
Nice to see you.
Yeah, you too.
You're the manager. Yeah.
I'm the workshop supervisor here.
Okay, so let's start at the very beginning.
Yeah.
You dropped out of university.
Yeah, I did.
It's worked out quite well for you.
Yeah, I kind of landed on my feet with that one. So I got the call up to come up to Weta as a 20-year-old. Didn't really know what I was getting myself into, but kind of dropped straight into Lord of the Rings back in 2000.
Now you're managing 13 teams.
Yeah, 13 different disciplines, from sculpting right through to moulding, through to props, prosthetics, a bit of everything. Yeah.
Now The Hobbit, it's come to an end.
Yeah.
Where does that leave you?
Well, that's kind of a little bit surreal, to be honest. Like, that's been a 13, 14-year journey for a lot of us here. So, you know, it'll be a real mixture of sadness, I guess, a little bit of happiness. You know, it's kind of like something's really coming to the end for us. So, watching that final film in a couple of weeks will be really exciting.
But there's heaps more on the go.
Oh, there is. Yeah. We've always got stuff on the go. I mean, we've got 5 different films on at the moment, which is pretty amazing. Yeah.
And Thunderbirds.
Thunderbirds. Yeah. Thunderbirds is amazing. We got to see the first episode a couple of weeks ago, and that's looking absolutely stunning. So, really,
are they still string puppets?
Not quite. I don't want to give it away, but it's certainly got a little bit more futuristic than that. But
awesome.
It's looking great. Yeah.
Fantastic. Can't wait to see it.
Yeah.
Thank you for having a very brief and quick chat, but lovely to be here this morning.
Yeah,
awesome.
You too. Thanks.
Much more to come. We're going to continue our tour through the building. This is the weapons wall. So much more to show you, of course.
Awesome. Exciting. Thanks, Sam.
Thank you, Sam. Yeah, he mentioned the Thunderbirds just then, the new Weta project. So you no strings and that sort of thing. But they've also got to be... Sam and I were talking about this last night, because he's obviously with Sir Richard this morning. We're going to be having a chat with him about how the need for sort of authenticity to the original, which is clunky and puppety and... you know, there's a loyalty, isn't there, as well from that? Or do they throw it away, make it all zappy and cool?
What elements do they keep from the original to keep that authenticity? Well, you know that no matter what they'll do, there'll be some people that feel like it's gone too futuristic or too far down the CGI track.
Those who survived and those that did not.
Home is behind, the world ahead.
One of the men behind this magic, we speak to Sir Richard Taylor as the third and final Hobbit offering is prepared for fans.
And the tour continues here at Weta Workshop. Outside the cave, though, loads of fine, clear skies open up into the afternoon. The main feature is the wind. But welcome to breakfast. Right now, it's 7 o'clock.
Quickly go and find Samuel over at Weta Workshop. How are we looking now, Sam?
Yeah, good, guys. Not too bad at all. Just in the kitchen here, behind the scenes at Weta Workshop, whipping up a coffee, maybe making some muesli. What I wanted to show in this wee link is the sheer scale of props that are in this place. Like, this is just the coffee room, and it's filled, littered with some of the earliest work of Sir Peter Taylor. It's just absolutely everywhere. And every little piece, if you zero in on something, choose an item. Go and have a look at the sheer detail in some of these bits and pieces. Have a look at those dogs. They're absolutely amazing. While I do that, I'll segue seamlessly into our weather this morning, which we have a warning in place. So, we're going behind the scenes. This is just the cafe, but next up we're going to the makeup room, and there's amazing cast models of faces and prosthetics and bits and pieces, then into the workshop. So, I've got a busy morning. Back to work. I'll see you shortly.
Very good. Let's head straight across to Selena. Sam's looking worse for wear.
Not the spray tan, Sam.
Yeah. Very good. How are you guys? Nice to see you. Oh, it is frightening. Not as frightening as that, though. No. Have a look at the detail of this, guys. Obviously at Weta Workshop. This is the makeup room. It's just staggering. It is just so lifelike, even the way it moves. And if you get right in on there's even blackheads. They've even put blackheads in the little guy's nose. Of course, it's Bilbo from Lord of the Rings. It is just well, it's horrible, but it's beautiful at the same time. The detail is just fascinating. And we've got Kimmy here too. We're going to talk to Kimmy. She's making blood. It's very exciting. But first, your weather, starting with the rain radar. So here are some of the prosthetics. Have a look at this. A range of different characters from Lord of the Rings, Hobbit. Sorry, I'm going to upset so many fans here today. I'm terrible. My knowledge is terrible. But the really interesting thing I've learnt about these things, obviously in different stages, and if you have a look down the line, you can see the stages that they're at. Of course, the names at the bottom of the bases, if you can see those. But the thing I learnt about these things is that they only are used once. Once you've made it, once you've worn it for a day after 3 hours makeup, 10 hours, 12 hours filming, it gets torn off. You can't use it again. And that shows, you know, the scale, the scope. Over 7 years of filming for Lord of the Rings. Can you imagine how many prosthetics they made? And how much silicone did they go through, Ree? 2 tons of silicone. It's just staggering. Kimmy.
Hi.
What are we doing?
We're making blood.
Okay, now this is something you can make at home with the kids.
Yep.
This is real Weta, oh look at it, it's good, isn't it? Real Weta blood. And talk us through the recipe.
So the recipe is really simple. It is essentially glucose corn syrup, coffee, hot water, and food colouring, which is red, yellow, and blue.
And getting the mixture of colour just right is crucial.
That's the hard one.
Yeah, and I noticed a little bit of blue's kind of the key to give it the depth.
Very, very tiny blue, otherwise it is very highlighter red.
Okay, we're going to test your acting skills now. Okay, I want you to look dead. Okay, so I'm going to, you just stay still. I'm going to stain your top.
That's alright. That comes off.
I want it to drip, don't you? Yeah. And I'm going to do a little bit out of your nose as well. Okay, and now I want you to pull the Bilbo face and look dead to camera. You're not a smile. And your eyes have to be open. Head on the side. Yeah, that's brilliant.
No,
beautiful.
That's zombie.
And also behind us, zombie, yeah. Also behind us, I want to show you one more thing before we go, is the cast. Obviously, you can't have actors sitting there for hours and hours on end to make these prosthetics, so they have cast. Can you name this face? Who's that?
Oh, I can't tell.
You'll know it as soon as I say it.
Can you go a bit closer?
Beautiful Yeah, a little bit closer.
Is that Kate?
Kate.
No.
I don't know. Tell us.
Julia Roberts.
No.
Famed for her part in Lord of the Rings.
Okay, yeah, we've got to go. No, thanks for that, Sam.
Sorry,
I guess
yeah,
it was
that would have made it harder.
the lips and
That's
stuff.
very good. That's very interesting.
Yeah. Alrighty, we're going to... It's been years in the making, and now the long and lucrative Hobbit journey is coming to an end. Sir Richard Taylor joins us from Weta Workshop. And then...